J-rock is a cutthroat business. One day you're in, and the next day you're out. Damn it, Heidi Klum! Anyway, what I'm trying to get at here is that there's been a lot of disbandments this month of January, and luckily for the time difference, in Japan, it is February 1st, and it's January 31st here, which means that there are possibly no more J-rock bands that can disband in the month of January. Now, I wanted to do something kind of like this for K-pop, but you know what I realized? K-pop's all company run. Minus PSC in Japan, there really isn't a company-run J-rock gathering company place thing. So I can't really announce the disbandment of K-pop groups because it virtually never happens, and personally, I don't have the time to sift through all of the crappy rookie groups that come out. So I've decided to clear the air in the haze of confusion that comes with J-rock disbandments. And each month, because it's actually turned really necessary, I'm going to give you guys the list of J-rock bands who are no more, or who have announced that they're going to be no more. And let me tell you, there are a lot. Now, I'm not going to be doing ones just from like Visual K. I'm going to be doing ones that are sort of mainstream-ish, like something you'd see on Tokyo High. So without further ado, here is the very sad list of J-rock terminations. On January 3rd, Nil Vanish announced their disbandment after their present live final act at Hakata Drum B1, and they just disbanded on January 29th. Cradle of Chaos announced on January 4th through a me blow that they would disband after their live at Sendai Hook on February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day. On January 4th, Lesmel announced that after several talks between the members, they would disband at Shibuya Box on February 10th. On January 4th, Next announced that they will disband after their one-man live Capsule buried toward the epilogue at Ikebukuro Black Hole on March 4th. Sad day for January 4th. On January 6th, and this I thought was the most shocking J-rock disbandment, Eichel announced that they would disband on February 22nd, and the disbandment comes on the same day as their 5-year anniversary, for which the band formed on February 22nd, 2007. It's kind of harsh, don't you think, guys? Alright, now this one is really up in the air, which I mentioned all these bands in my J-rockapocalypse vid. Of course, there are much more now, so I'm kind of remaking these, but I still kind of am confused about the situation with Kiryu, who announced on January 9th that they had an important announcement that they would make at their next live, Shibuya O East, on March 2nd, where they said, the cryptic following: "The members have considered various matters during their live tour. The band will no longer be Kiryu without any one of the members." Again, as I said, signifying that either a member will leave or the whole band will just dissolve. I'm hoping for neither, but with what's been going on, I wouldn't be surprised. On January 10th, Tokyo Jihen announced that they would disband on February 29th, a leap day, which, even for something really sad, it's actually pretty clever. You gotta wonder if they planned that. The band will hold their last tour, Tokyo Jihen Live Tour 2012 Domestique Bon Voyage, in February, and will put a halt to their 7-year, nearly 8-year, and 9-month activities. On January 15th, and this is, the ones that I haven't announced are disbanding from my last video, Somatic Garden announced that they will disband after what they call a solo drill, or a one-man, at Ikebukuro Cyber on March 26th, where all activities will conclude and the band will dissolve. Sad words. On January 23rd, Izanagi, or for the 5 members of the band Gara, will disband after their live Higan Nanbara at Hiroshima Namiki Junction on March 15th due to musical differences among the members. And basically, Izanagi was the vocalist, the guitarist, the other guitarist, and the drummer of Gara, with a new bassist. And now they're disbanding again. Yeah, that's kind of counterproductive, don't you think? Sucks though, I thought that band would kind of make it. On January 25th, Divine announced that they would disband after their Shinsai Bashi Fanjei Twice concert on February 22nd. On January 29th, and this killed me because I put these guys on my MFS countdown with their song Amaryllis, no idea that they had any plans to disband whatsoever. Freaking Para Noir, that is the one that crushed me this month, and that is why I'm pissed, so I can tell you guys. Para Noir announced that they would disband after their one-man live Nihilism at Shibuya O West on April 30th, and the guitarist will retire from musical activities. Their last mini-album, Nihilism, I think I'm saying that right, will be released on April 4th. So they're not disbanding for a good few months, but still, I'm very pissed. On January 30th, pop rock band Doping Panda have announced that they are going to cease activities this spring. The band got together in 1997, and during the 15 years of their career, they've released multiple albums and singles and even done a European tour. And they're saying the reason is that in 2010, the band's members established their own private studio, but Doping Panda left the studio at the end of last year and felt that they would be unable to continue their activities without it. I'm not sure if that's like a mistranslation, but that just didn't make much sense to me. Doping Panda will disband following their last live, titled Doping Panda, on April 19th, which is to be held at the Tokyo Dome City Hall. And finally, on January 30th, Shiva announced that they will disband after their Takada no Baba area concert on April 12th. 12 bands for the month of January. Now, I've seen other ones listed, like Astro Boy, who are supposed to disband this month, but they announced it last year. I'm only doing bands who have announced their disbandment. I'm not going to do videos on the ones that are disbanding the month of, which seems kind of strange, but it's easier for me to organize when they make the announcement, not when they're disbanding. It's easier for me to keep track. So yeah, if you're bummed out like me about any of these bands, you should be. But you really gotta just hope for the best, and sadly this sort of stuff happens to bands, especially J-rock bands, all the time. And it's just, you need to have a sort of tough skin and a lot of luck that your band does not disband. I think that's probably why everybody's going to K-pop, which is one of the reasons I did. They're more of a sure thing. I just like the gritty rock sound and the Japanese language and the guys' voices, oh so sexy, and the costumes, and there's just so much about J-rock that I love that K-pop just can't offer me, so this is why I stay with the cruel mistress of J-rock, and I'm sure that's why you guys do too. So check out my next installment of this whole J-rock disbanding thing at the end of February, February 29th to be exact, where inevitably some other J-rock bands, maybe just one band, maybe, will disband, so you guys don't get confused with who's disbanding and when, and you can just come here and reference. Pray for Japan, you guys, and I will make another video at the end of February and let you know if your band is safe.